Hello everybody and welcome to the YAC March Madness Bracket Challenge. My name is Ryan Ketchum, the videographer, host, and reporter for the YAC Foundation. Thank you so much for joining. We really do appreciate it. And today, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step tutorial on how to officially join the group and create your brackets. So don't worry, I'll walk you through this process. I'll go slow and make sure that you're all set up. So to get things started, each of you have already contacted Hector and received his email invitation to the ESPN Tournament Challenge that looks like this. If you have not done so, please pause the video, send an email to Hector, or contact the YAC Foundation through our social media sites or through John Diaz. I'll make sure to have the steps to do that in the description as well. But most of you're actually on that page right now, as that's how you viewed this video, as this YouTube video is going to be linked through the email that Hector sends you through the ESPN Tournament Challenge. Make sure to take some time to actually read this page, though. There's some great information on it, such as the price of each bracket, which is $15 a bracket, when you could fill out the bracket, which is starting Sunday, March 14th. That's actually Selection Sunday. And when all the brackets need to be submitted, which is by 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday, March 18th. That actually is the time when the first 4 games begin, which the next day, that's when the actual March Madness Bracket tournament starts, which are the round of 64. But the first 4 will be played on March 18th, and the brackets need to be submitted before those games, which is 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There's also some great information as you read down by a message by Hector that are about all the prizes that you can win. So to get started, though, you'll click the Join Group button. So make sure that you click the button right there on the email. As you see, it will take you directly to the group page on the ESPN Tournament Challenge website. You can see here the screen, it says YAC March Madness, which is our official group name. You will now click the Create a Bracket Now button. This is going to take you to a little pop-up screen, so make sure you click that button. The pop-up will come up, and it's asking you to sign into your ESPN Tournament Challenge account or to sign up for one. And don't worry, there's no cost to sign up for the account. The only $15 cost is to actually join the group for the YAC Foundation. So signing up, it's very quick, it's easy, it's about 30 seconds, and literally there are just 4 things that you need to fill out, and you could do so right now. So click on the sign up button, and it will take you here to create an account. As you see, there are literally only these 4 steps. You'll put in your first and last name, your email address, and a good password. So I'll give you some time to do that. So after you put that in, make sure you use an email address that you use quite frequently, as there will be emails sent to your account. This will basically just be any updates with your bracket. It'll also let you know when you're officially able to make the bracket on Sunday, March 14th in the selected time. As you see right here as well, there is a black box that says right there about promotional emails. You can unselect that box by clicking on it. So basically, this will ensure you won't receive any information or promotional emails from ESPN, ESPN Plus, or the Walt Disney Company. The only emails you will be sent are regarding your actual bracket and the group itself. You will not receive any of those promotional emails if you click that black box. So after you put in all that correct information, then press sign up. You'll receive a green check mark, and you're actually going to be transported back to this YAC March Madness group. So once again, there is going to be another pop-up that will show, and another very important step. It's very simple, though. The one thing that you'll need to do for us to keep track of your brackets effectively is to actually put your name in here. So first, you will need to change your name. You can see that ESPN, it already gives you a name. There's a bunch of numbers, a little bit of nonsense. We actually need to have your name in here to keep track of it. So we obviously don't want to use the ESPN name, so just put your name in right here and press change and close. So after you put in your name, press change and close, and then you will be back at this YAC March Madness group screen. There's a 4-step process, as you see, with the first one being create a bracket. So you're already going to be in that page, and this is now where another important step occurs. You will need to select a name for your bracket. So we have a system that we're going to go by, and we would like everybody to be able to use this same system. So what you're going to do is you're going to type your first name. You're going to then put an underscore, as you see I'm doing right now on the screen. You will then put in your last name initial. Then you will put an underscore, and then you will put the number of bracket that it is. So if you're creating your first bracket, you will just put the number 1. Also, if you are sponsoring any specific athletes or YAC programs such as our cheer or 7v7 football programs, then please put the name of the program next to the number of bracket it is. So with this being your first bracket, obviously, you will place the program name next to the number 1. If you are sponsoring a specific athlete or was asked by a specific athlete to join the bracket challenge, then please do the same by just writing the program they are a part of next to the number of bracket it is. You obviously won't see this on my screen right now, as I am not sponsoring a specific program with the YAC Foundation, but that is what you will need to do if you are. So right next to the number 1, you will just put 7v7, 7v7 football, cheer, any of the programs that athlete, the program you are actually sponsoring, or the athlete that invited you to be able to be part of this bracket challenge, whatever program they are a part of, you would just put it right next to the number. So after you do that, you will click the Create a Bracket button, and we're ready to go. So this next page says Join Groups. You do not need to worry about this page pretty much. You'll see on the right side of the page, it already has YAC March Madness in selected groups. This means that your bracket will already be put into the group, and you do not have to push any buttons on this page except for continue. If you would like to put your bracket in another group, as you see it says 1 out of 10, you can do so, but you do not have to. This actual bracket is already in the YAC group, so you just need to press continue. So press continue, you'll see it's the invite friends page. You do not have to worry about anything on this page as well. If you would like to invite any friends, we would just go through the same process as you did, which is contact the YAC Foundation, contact Hector, and you will be able to get this invitation, and you will go through that process. So you do not have to worry about anything on this page. Just press continue once again. So now you'll see we're going to be on page number 4, or the little tab. It'll say fill out bracket. So you don't have to worry about this just as of yet. You will see a timer. This is the countdown clock to when Selection Sunday ends, basically the show, and it's going to be Sunday night, March 14th. This is when you could actually create your bracket. This is when the teams are available. This is when you could actually fill it out. So right now, before March 14th, you cannot fill out your bracket. This is basically securing your spot. ESPN will notify you when the bracket is available for you to fill out, or you could just go on Sunday night, Monday as well, which is going to be the 15th, and you could be able to fill it out and be ready to go. So basically, what you're going to do now is you're going to scroll down and select Men's Tournament Challenge Home. You can see right now, after selecting it, you're going to be back on your home page, and you can see that you have a bracket. And on the right-hand side, under Groups, you could see that YAC March Madness is right underneath there. So that means you just successfully created your first bracket, and it is currently in the YAC March Madness group. So you did a great job. You have your first bracket created. You are all set to go. As you see, however, it says you can create up to 25 brackets. So you can literally make as many brackets as your heart desires. You could put all 25 if you really want to in the YAC March Madness group. Each one is going to be $15. Put as many in there as you want. It'll go towards a great cause. So to just make sure that your bracket was added to the group, if you want to just clarify, you will highlight over YAC March Madness and click on it. So you'll see the bracket, you'll see your name as the owner, you see that it is created and it is all in there. So that is perfect. You are all set. You are all ready to go with your first bracket in there. If you want to make another bracket, you can also continue to follow this video. That is basically how you create your first bracket. You are all set with that, but we would suggest for everybody to create multiple brackets. If you are familiar with March Madness, the odds are so low that you're going to be able to actually guess the winner. I mean, I'm a sports nerd out here, and I create probably 5 to 10, maybe even 20 brackets every single year just to increase my odds, and I usually get most of the picks wrong. So it's very low odds to be able to actually select all the winners and be able to actually win this tournament challenge off of just one bracket. So we'd suggest for everybody to make multiple brackets, have fun with it, get creative, pick different upsets, pick different teams to win it all. You never know who's going to win it. March Madness is definitely madness. Any team can be able to win. Any team can have a great night. So we're actually going to show you how to create more brackets as well. So the steps are pretty simple. As you can see here, I accidentally didn't film myself making the second bracket, so I did a third bracket for this video. So I'm going to be working on my third bracket. You're going to be working on your second, most likely. So basically what you're going to do right now is you see that we're on your home screen. So basically, if you ever need to get there, you can look at the top left-hand side of your screen. You will see the home button, which is right next to my brackets, and it will be underlined red if you're on it. So just click that. You will see all of your brackets that you have already created and what groups they are in. So to create a new bracket, you will highlight over My Brackets at the top left-hand side of your screen, right next to the home button. So there are several ways to actually create a new bracket, but this is kind of the one that I found the most easiest one to explain and easiest one to just do. So basically, you're going to highlight over that, and you're going to see that there is select, create another bracket. You're going to actually select that one, and then you're going to be transported to page number 4. It's going to be the fourth option that says fill out the bracket. You're going to see the countdown again. Now, don't panic. This is actually where you want to be. You're basically already in your second bracket. It already took you to the fill out page, but you're already in the second bracket, so you've already started creating one. So basically, the only thing that you need to do is you stay on this screen. It's going to be that fourth option once again, fill out your bracket. You're going to go to the bottom where it says edit your entry settings. You're going to click that. It's going to be right underneath that blue button, almost looks like a hyperlink. Click that one. After you do that, there is going to be a place where it says edit bracket settings. Underneath that, it will say edit your name. This is where you will do the same process as you did for your first bracket. You will put your first name, underscore, last initial, underscore, and the number of your bracket. So this one, for most of you, will be number 2 if you're already on your 10th bracket. If you want that, then put 10, so on and so forth. This is also where you will put the name of the program that you are sponsoring right next to the number, just as we did in the first example. Remember the specific YAC program you are sponsoring, the specific YAC athlete that you're sponsoring, whatever program that they are a part of, or whatever athlete program that invited you to be part of this bracket challenge. Make sure to put what program they are from or what it is, such as 7v7 football or cheer. Make sure to put that right next to the number corresponding to the bracket that you are creating. And basically, after you put that in, then you will select Save Settings. So now you basically have the correct name, you're all good, you're ready to go for that bracket. And there's only one more step that you have to do. You will click the number 2 Join Groups. Remember, we already looked at this page when we were working on our first bracket, so you will select that one again. You will see that YAC March Madness group is not selected. It's an easy fix, though. It's not on that right-hand side of your screen that we saw on the first bracket. Easy fix, though. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to click the button that says Create or Join a Group underneath your name. You will see the screen of My Groups. Select YAC March Madness. So you see this, it says My Groups. You need to select YAC March Madness. You will already at least have one bracket that is in there. It'll take you to the group page, as we've seen time and time again. So you'll click the Join Group button. So after you click the join group button, you will now see that it says select a bracket to add to the group. You will basically look, there's no boxes next to any of the brackets that are already in the group. So the boxes, the little empty white boxes that you see next to that that bracket that is not currently in the YAC March Madness group, select it. You will see a little check mark that pops up, and basically what you're going to do is you will click that box. You will then select join group right underneath it, and boom, you're in the group now. So basically just click that, little check mark pops up, you will click join group, and now you have your second, third, fourth, however many brackets that you want to make and add to the YAC March Madness group. You will now be able to add them, and it's successfully in the group. You can now go back to the home button. Remember that we did a little earlier on the top left-hand side of your screen. It will be underlined in red after you click on it. Then you will see that it says YAC March Madness underneath groups. You will see that every single one of your bracket that you've created after following these steps are added to YAC March Madness. You can, once again, click that. It'll go back to the YAC March Madness group. You can see that is added, just as we did to clarify that our first bracket was added to the group. You can do that same process again if you would like. Remember, you can create and add as many brackets as you would like, up to 25 brackets that you are allotted. You could add them all to the YAC March Madness group if you would like. Each bracket will be a separate charge. But once again, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone participating in this YAC March Madness bracket challenge. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to competing with all of you out there. Let's have some fun. Let's have some great time. And thank you for supporting the YAC Foundation.